Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Chris Gault here, Healthy Living with Chris Gault, and I am here to tell you what I eat for breakfast to try to stay healthy and to try to put some lean muscle on. And I'm going to tell you right now. And before I even start the breakfast, I have a little glass. I'm going to heat this water up. I'm going to put a little bit of lemon in it. I'm going to put some collagen in it. This is types 1 and 3. I think it's very important to get types 1 and 3 collagen in every day. I'm going to put it in here after I heat up this water. I'm going to put a little bit of lemon in it, and then I'm going to put a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And then I'm going to take my vitamins. So I usually take a multivitamin, a vitamin C, and a few other things. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to show you how I make the breakfast. Okay, so the first thing, like I said, I'm going to heat this up. I'm going to put it in the microwave for about 25 seconds. That's usually enough. I don't want to overdo it because I don't want to burn my mouth. I'm going to take about a teaspoon of organic red apple cider vinegar. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm also going to cut up an organic lemon, and I'm going to clean it first. I always use organic, and I'm just going to cut that open. Gotta get a knife, and I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of that into the glass, and now it's done. Pull the glass out. So the first thing I do is I put in a scoop of collagen that we just talked about. And I don't really care about the brand as much. I just happen to have this one. I usually have a different brand. But I do want to make sure it's type 1 and 3. That's what's going to help you keep your skin young and your joints young as you age. So it's important to get types 1 and 3. I'm going to add a little bit of red apple cider vinegar. Now, some people, the best thing to do is probably to measure it out, but I have a good idea. But usually what you want to do is put a tablespoon in, because other than that, this is a little too much. Squeeze a little bit of lemon in. And I'm going to grab my vitamins. And if you want to know what vitamins I take, I'm going to mix this up a little bit too. And if you want to know what vitamins I take, I have a video on that. I'm going to show it right here. You can take a look at it later if you want, but it shows you all the vitamins and supplements I take every day. But I'm going to take those right now. And it is a little tart. It is a little tart because obviously from the red apple cider vinegar, but very good for you. So that's going to help me all through the day. So I get that in first, and then I prepare my breakfast. It usually takes about 10 minutes or so to prepare the breakfast, and that way I can get the collagen activated before I start all that. And the lemon has vitamin C in it also, and I also take a vitamin C pill, but it also helps absorb that collagen in the body more efficiently. So that's why I put the lemon in there. All right, so now let's move on to the next step. So the first thing I start off with is I have a shake. And so this is my morning smoothie, and I'm going to play some footage of how I make this morning footage from a previous video right now. I'm just going to put it in right now. So I start with coconut water, and everything I use is organic. So this is a coconut water, is the fluid that I will put in. Just pour that in. I might need more later. Let's see. I will put in, the base is going to be spinach and kale. And that's just going to make your skin glow. It's going to make you feel great. It's just going to make you feel really, really good inside having that. Blueberries for the antioxidants, blackberries, raspberries, and if I don't have strawberries on me, but sometimes I'll throw strawberries in as well. I put a banana in there. So it looks like a lot of fruit, but it's just a little bit of each one, so I'm not getting too much sugar, but I'm getting a great benefit from all these great fruits. I put a little squirt of lemon in. And I know this sounds weird, but I'm going to throw in a piece of turmeric and a piece of ginger. And I don't take the skins off because I'm lazy, but if you want to take the skins off, you're probably better off. But I do wash them. I do scrub them with a vegetable brush. That goes in. I'm going to throw in some walnuts. I'm going to throw in some almonds. And I use the raw kind. I don't get the roasted salted one. I get the raw, unsalted organic almonds. That's what's going to be good for you. And I forgot, but I'm going to also put in 3 tomatoes, little cherry tomatoes. And the last thing I'm going to throw in there is a scoop of Shakeology. You can put in any protein powder, whatever your favorite protein powder is, but I like to get some protein in too. So I'm going to throw a scoop of that in. And then I'm just going to blend this all up. And if it doesn't blend, I'm going to put some more coconut water in there. My son actually went to Ridge Ski Academy and got this for me. So thank you, Ridge Academy and my son. And I'm just going to pour it in there. And now I have this great breakfast drink that's really going to give me energy and make me feel great. It's going to make my skin glow. It's going to make me feel great all day long. And it tastes pretty good too. So you should give it a try. The next thing I do is I always start the day with a cup of matcha tea. And I'm going to show you how I make it because I really do add a bunch of different ingredients to it. So I'm going to show you how I make that. And this is a previous video that I have also. So I'm just going to run that video right now for you, that previous video for you right now. And you can see how I make this matcha tea. And it tastes amazing. And it's also full of antioxidants and very good for you. So you'll see that from the footage. So what I'm going to do is make the matcha tea right now. One ingredient I forgot to throw up there is I do use star anise as well, and I'll heat that up first. And the reason why I do that is that it helps with digestive issues. And so I think that star anise just adds another benefit to the tea. I'm using filtered water, and unfortunately my refrigerator is broken because usually I just get it from there. But I'm going to use bottled water today, and I'm just going to pour it in a cup. So I just pour a little bit of water in the cup, right there, like that. And I will take the star anise. I don't know if you know what star anise is, but it smells like licorice, and it's a seed. Looks a little bit like that. You can see that. And so I put a couple of those in here, and it's going to make it, actually it also smells really, really good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the microwave. I'm going to put this in the microwave for about 20 minutes.
2 minutes later. Not 20, but 2 minutes later.
Okay, so now I have the hot water with the star anise. I'm going to take the star anise out because you don't want, it's solid. And it smells great. So I know the star anise is in there. And then what I'm going to do is rinse off my spoon here, because I'm going to use it. And what I'll do is I actually throw in a pack. This is the type I get, but I've had other ones. There's a lot of different varieties or different brands of on-the-go type of matcha, which is a single-serve pack. So I recommend having a single-serve pack, but you can have any brand you want. I also recommend it being organic. So I just pour that in the cup. So I'm going to pour that in, and see how that's very clean and easy. And then I will add a little less than a tablespoon of coconut oil, which will melt obviously because it's hot in there. Let's mix it up a little bit, rinse off the spoon again. And then I'll take a little bit of the raw honey. Now raw honey is very thick. You can't just pour it out. You have to actually You actually have to spoon it out. That's how thick it is. It actually sticks to the spoon. It's almost like peanut butter. I'm going to mix that in. And I'm going to add a little bit of almond milk. So let me go grab that.
20 seconds later.
Okay, so I'm back with the almond milk. If you've never had almond milk before, it tastes fantastic. I do get the organic and the unsweetened variety. It doesn't matter again what brand, but you know, it's great. Get the organic and unsweetened. It's great. It tastes so good. I mean, if you haven't tried it and you're afraid of it, don't be. It tastes better than regular milk. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in the cup, just a little bit, and then I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon. And again, organic is the way to go. And so what you get is something that looks a little bit like that. So you can see, I don't want to spill it, but you can kind of see the cinnamon's on top. And it's going to taste great. And it's so good. You should go out and make your own cup. This is fantastic. So not only does it taste great, but it has a lot of great anti-aging benefits to it. So I really recommend that you drink a cup of this a day. Get rid of the coffee, and you won't, believe me, you will not regret it. Okay, on to the last step. What I like to do is to have 2 eggs with toast with my shake, my smoothie. That way I get more protein in. I just want to make sure, because I have a really hard time gaining weight, so I make sure I get protein in. If you don't have a hard time gaining weight and you are just trying to keep your weight off, but you still want to have lean muscle mass, then I would probably skip the eggs and I would just go with the smoothie in the morning, and I think you'll be better off. And one thing I love to eat is a piece of toast, but I won't eat gluten. Gluten's not really good. And Ezekiel bread is like a live bread. The bread's actually alive. It's sprouted, and so it's just so much better for you. And it's named Ezekiel because it goes back to a time back thousands of years ago when they actually made bread the right way, when it actually had protein in it and not a lot of processed junk in it like you get in the bread today. So that's why I stick with Ezekiel bread. So I not only use 1 slice, so I put 1 slice in the oven, toaster oven, and I'm going to start that. So that's in the toaster oven. And then I'm going to just eat 2 eggs. And I go between getting large or extra large eggs. These are extra large. The one thing I want to make sure that I get is that it's organic and it's free range. And that way, you're getting a really good product that's not going to be from a sickly animal. Because some of these bigger companies, and I know there's a lot of brands out there that say they're great brands, but they don't treat the animals right. And the animals end up sick, and you end up with a piece of really bad food because the animals have been sick, and then they pump them full of hormones and stuff, and you're not really doing you or the animal any favor. So getting eggs from free-range chickens, the chickens are having a good life, but then also you're getting a product that's not going to be sickly or filled with chemicals, because they have to keep the animal alive. So anyway, that's why I would always go with organic, free range. And now I'm gonna just take a little bit. I also love this melt butter because it's made of coconut oil and some other stuff. Well, actually, I'm going to use that for my toast. I forgot. I got this new stuff. This is avocado oil, and this is pressed right here in like near San Diego. It's a great little small company. We just talked to the owner at one of the grocery stores around here, and so I'm going to pop that in here a little bit, just a tiny bit of oil, and I'm going to start this up. And I'm still waiting for my, and I put this around 245, 280, because I don't want to really put it up too high, because if I do, the eggs are gonna, and the oil is just gonna start breaking down. So I cook it at a reasonable temperature. I'm also cooking this on a hot plate. Normally I wouldn't be doing that when I'm in my new home. So I'm still in a temporary house right now in Carlsbad, California, waiting for my place to be done in Oceanside. And you can see that I have a bunch of vlogs on my trip from Maryland to California, and we're still waiting for that. And it looks like we're going to be moving in Christmas Eve, which is kind of crazy, but what are you going to do? Okay, once the oil is hot, I'm just going to throw the eggs in, and they should start cooking. And I usually, like I said, I cook it on low temperature. I'm just going to put the bread away because I don't need that anymore. this way. And all I'm going to do is cook up these eggs, put them on a plate, have it with my smoothie and my matcha, and I'm going to be done. So just going to grab a plate. So that's all I do for breakfast. So I'm going to go enjoy that, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button, and also please subscribe and click on the notification button to get all this great content that's coming up every week. Thank you.